Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and look at this. Eyes on XRP here. Spot volume starting to pick up. That's from Crypto Insight UK. I like the sound of that. Let's hope it turns into something. Now, let's credit Freddie Rispoli, who sued he sued the SEC over whether Ethereum was a security. This is from back in July of this year. But this clip, I thought, was extremely telling. So remember, when John Deaton came in to the Ripple lawsuit, he came in for a very specific reason, and that is because the SEC was calling XRP in and of itself a security. They recently apologized for that, but it was after 4 years and hundreds of millions of dollars spent to prove that XRP in and of itself is not a security. Well, in this clip right here, when Freddie Rispoli sued them, the SEC sent their attorney to defend their position. The first word out of his mouth is that crypto asset security is not Ethereum itself. In other words, Ethereum in and of itself is not a security. That statement cost Ripple hundreds of millions of dollars and over 4+ years of being tied up in court. They gave it to Ethereum for free.
Crypto asset security is not ETH itself. It's a crypto asset staking programs. Staking in this context is about pooling ETH contributed by investors and providing them a pro rata interest in that pool as rewards, often by issuing just the reward itself or a new crypto asset. Now, this would be the same situation as if someone pooled silver bars or gold bars or whiskey receipts. Anytime there's a pooling of investment under Howey, an investment of money, pooling of investments so that there's a commonality between investors, and they expect profits from that pooling, how the pool is managed. It doesn't, in that situation, matter what the underlying is. And in fact, on June 18th, 2024, Consensus Software announced and published a letter announcing that the SEC's enforcement division notified them that it's closing its investigation into what's called Ethereum 2.0, which is sort of a common term now being used for the current Ethereum standalone by itself. So that case is a very different case than Ethereum itself.
You have a site for that case?
That was the Consensus case. There was a letter released by Consensus. It's sort of through the SEC did not release it itself. It was made public through a blog post. We could provide a letter and we could attach that letter to the court.
Depending how the Ethereum is used, it could amount to a security that's regulated, or it may not amount to the security that's regulated. So you have to look at each individual type of transaction.
I mean, that's absolutely right. There are many different ways of having an offering, even for the same kind of object or asset. There's no you can't say it's always or never security in some circumstances, because it depends on how it's configured, how it's packaged, how it's offered, what statements are made. And that is true again of real estate, some real estate investments, or some investments in commodities like silver bars, depending on if there was pooling or not. Sometimes it is a securities offering, and sometimes it's not. It's highly dependent, as Your Honor points out, on the facts and circumstances of each.
So what the SEC did is once ETHgate was exposed, then they waited for Ethereum 2.0 to be released and sued that and ignored everything before that, even though that's when all of their securities transactions occurred, and completely ignored that, then come out in court and say, oh, ETH in and of itself is not a security. But Ripple had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in sacrifice over 4 years to get that from a judge, not from the SEC. When they knew it, they lied. Ripple launches crypto storage services for banks. They're launching a slew of features aimed at helping banks and fintechs store digital tokens as part of a broader push. Crypto custody, a type of service that helps clients clients' crypto assets is a nation business for Ripple. Ripple's primarily known for XRP and Ripple payments, a distributed interbank payment settlement platform. Then Ripple had tweeted this: "We're launching new features for Ripple Custody, bringing bank-grade custody solutions to fintech and crypto business, simplifying onboarding, XRPL tokenization and DEX support, pre-configured policy frameworks, RT compliance monitoring, new UI." And Crypto Insight UK says, "Holy shit, this is huge. Ripple brings bank-grade custody to crypto business. The latest update includes a transaction screening service integration, adding hardware security module options on the XRPL integration, tokenization, real-world assets." Sounds exciting. I don't know if this is old or new, but they put it out. Ripple put it out yesterday. Let's watch it.
In relation to the state of affairs for blockchain adoption, we're at an inflection point.
Regulatory clarity and frameworks will enable innovators to have confidence in staying in Australia.
You can't have capital flows and you can't innovate without certainty.
Australia is a very large developed economy, which means that there needs to be easy flow of liquidity, easy flow of capital.
If we can have real-time payments enabled by blockchain, we're going to have a world where businesses are no longer acting as banks, but actually are receiving funds as opposed to waiting for them to be paid.
The Australian Securities and Investments Commission has an innovation hub, and that allows the regulators to understand how the technology works. It allows the industry to experiment in a regulated environment. Clear regulations will allow innovation to stay onshore in Australia and allow the benefits of that responsible innovation to move to the real economy. If you're a responsible innovator, you're not looking at building for the next 1, 2, or 3 months. You're looking at building for the next 5 or 10 years. And what regulatory clarity gives you is the clear rules of the road so you know what to build.
There's so many use cases that I see as being valuable. There's remittances, gaming, DeFi, tokenization of real-world assets. There's digital identity using zero-knowledge proofs.
One of the most exciting use cases is bonds and tokenization of financial instruments, and utilizing tokens as a means of doing that, because you add additional information. It's not just about a digital unit.
What blockchain technology and digital assets do is remove frictions, increase efficiencies, and that affects many areas of business in Australia.
We're seeing really fast movements and clear movements from economies that we would like to compete with. We have a wonderful infrastructure. We need to take those opportunities and start running with it now so that we can catch up and leapfrog some of our big competitors in the space.
Australia is ready for XRP. Check this out. This is an XRP vending machine at the Permissionless conference. I don't even know I'm assuming you can get buy XRP. I don't know what this thing is. It's not a quantum computer. It's too bulky, or not too bulky, but just doesn't look like a quantum computer. And then there's this. This guy thinks Bitcoin will replace treasury bonds as the global reserve asset. The best Bitcoin's going to do is, it's not going to replace treasury bonds, because remember those things called stable coins that are right now buying treasury bonds?
And I believe there will be time within my lifetime that oil and natural gas are priced in Bitcoin, because I'm an engineer and I believe it's the most logical pricing mechanism. Does it mean that the U.S. loses U.S. reserve currency status? I hope not. If the USA is smart enough to embrace Bitcoin, it could also maintain U.S. reserve currency status. What will get debased is U.S. reserve asset status, which is U.S. treasuries. Bitcoin will replace U.S. treasury bonds as the global reserve asset. All of these are part and parcel of a progression. When will it happen? Look, I can give a target, but not a time. I'd be a fool to do both. But think about the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Understand that this is why Bitcoin is the solution for so many different things in this world. A beautiful technology and a beautiful store of value.
Okay, then we've got this. This is interesting because I don't think I've ever heard Ryan I think it was Fugger. It says Fruger right there. Ryan Fugger, who was the original Ripple founder. Like Ripple, I think he had his own company called Ripple. But this is from an old podcast, May 24th, 2006. Ryan Fugger. Listen to what he says here.
It'll take a while, but I like to analogize to email. For one, the internet took a long time to down the fact that the money is what we say it is. Money is just a way of keeping score. There are more efficient ways and more humane ways, let's say, of keeping score. So it'll take a while, but I like to analogize to email. For one, the internet took a long time to grow, and people took a long time to catch on and start using email instead of writing letters, and there's still people that write letters, but, over the last, 20 years, a lot of people have adopted email as the primary means of written communication. We're kind of in the middle of the same thing with voice. I mean, I'm talking to you over Skype right now, but most people don't even know what Skype is, and they continue to use the regular phone even though they pay $50 a month to do it. It's going to be slow, but I think it's inevitable that newer, more efficient, more open systems will slowly take over. And in my lifetime, I hope to see banks using Ripple.
People are very conservative.
Banks using Ripple. Okay, I'm not done with this yet. We're going in DAIXRP.com. We're going to talk more about FTX. If you look at what's been being put out from a corruption standpoint, it's not it's like it's being done in a coordinated fashion. All the corruption of the last 10 to 20 years, it's like they're teeing up all what has really gone on, and that includes anything from FTX to the guy from the island to the party guy. It seems to all be collapsing in on the bad guys right now. And I'm going to try to tie it all together a little more for you in DAIXRP. FTX, the island guy, what I believe. Here we go. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Here we go.